Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video, guys. Today is Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. The time right now is 5:11 where I'm at in the U.S. In Atlanta Eastern Time, it'll be about 4:11. But guys, I try my best to make sure I do my part, and it's to be here for you guys every day to motivate, to get you guys to the next level. I am still in the Dominican Republic. I'm going to be here till the 2nd of next month, and I'll be heading back to Colombia. Now, I'm actually to a point where I thought I was like, well, after being here for a few days, I'm going to be like homesick missing Colombia. Now, I've been coming to Dominican Republic for over 15 years. So this is kind of like my home before Colombia became my home. So I still enjoy my time here. I have some good people here that I call friends and families and whatnot. But guys, on this channel, we talk about making money, right? We talk about financial independence and retiring early. We have over 250 plus videos, right, that talk about making money, how we invest, how you can start from little or nothing, and then grow your portfolio to where you can retire early. So guys, sometimes I like to throw a little different stuff in there to kind of keep the stuff fresh, right? But this is not a financial advice. This is not financial advice, okay? I'm just a 52-year-old man. I talk about my portfolio and my portfolio alone. Now, on this Sunday Talk videos coming up in the future, we're going to have guests on here. I'll try to bring one guest a week to just talk about their portfolio, ask them questions and those kind of things. And then we will open it up to people who want to jump on and have conversation. This respectful conversation about portfolio only, nothing else. Because if you come out here trying to, be disrespectful and rude, we're gonna kick you out and we're gonna block you. Okay, guys? No time for the negativity. We're gonna continue to grow, and that's what we're here for. So, guys, today, I wanted to have some goat today. I want to eat goat. Okay. So on my way, we went to look at some properties out here in the Dominican Republic. And I still got to go look at some more property once I finish making this video. But there is a carnival going on, and I did not want to get stuck in traffic. So I was like, you know what? Let me go and make the video, because if we're going to get stuck in traffic, I'm probably not going to get to see the apartment. And by the time I get back to make the video, it's going to be too late. So I was like, you know what? We're going to go right now. We're going to do this, get it out the way. And that's what I'm here to do. So, I try to keep my side of the bargain and make sure everything is done like it's supposed to be done. All right, guys. So, and that's the plan. That's something that I try to stick to make sure we get that done. Okay. Now, as I was saying, I want to look at some properties, right? Some land, I think like 200 meters. I don't know what that is in acres. We come from the U.S. We get, everything is in acres. Over here, everything to do is in meters. But it's a good sized land to build a small house. We could build like a multiple story house, 3 or 4 bedroom. You can even put it in the car garage if you wanted to. But the plan is to build something there. And the land is what, $2,000 something dollars, almost $2,000, I think. At the time, it was like $1,800, right, for the land. And we got a little plan for the land, and the guy's going to come out sometime this week or next week when I'm gone to give an estimate, right? Because I got a design. I found a design on the internet, and I want him to build that house to that design. The main thing is to start, the bottom part. If they can get the width of the house, it should fit in the land. If they can get that, make it smaller or whatever, but that's the design that we're gonna put on the land. And you see, guys, I'm sharing this stuff with you. I tell you guys all the time. This channel, we talk about building financial independence, not just about investing into the market. Now, the market is something that you have to put money into, right? And I mean, everything you do, you have to put some kind of money into. Whether this is your time or actual cash, you have to put some time into it. And so, I was over there looking at the property, and I'm like, I've for many years, I've tried my best to get properties out here, and it never really worked out, right? For whatever reason, I would change my mind, or people would try to like, charge me what they call that gringo price. And I've been coming here so long to where I kind of know the local market, and I would just be like, okay, and I would just walk away. But I think this land deal is a good deal, and it might cost maybe 25,000 dollars to build a house. Um, and it's pretty inexpensive, right? To where if I go and buy something, um, that might cost maybe 50,000 for a two-bedroom condo, or 60,000 for a two-bedroom condo, depending on what it is. If it's close to the beach, of course, it's going to be over 100,000, $150,000. But guys, so this is some of the things I have going on, and I want to share that with you guys. So think about it this way: you are working a job, right? And you see everything that's going on. People are getting laid off. I was watching a video today. A friend of mine sent me, and Donald Trump was talking about something, and people were asking him questions. Now, this is like basic stuff. I don't know of any 300-year-old person in America. I never heard that before. Even 200-year-old, or even 150-year-old. I've heard people maybe 109, 110, maybe 130. I've heard that in the past, but I don't even know how accurate that is. But the government, the Social Security Service, is paying over 11, well, not 11, sorry. I think it was like 3 million people that between 99 years old to 109 years old collecting Social Security. Now, whether those people are real, whether those people exist or they don't exist, I have no idea. I mean, that might be three or four, or maybe 10 or 100, but 3 million, 99 years old, that's a lot of people that, I mean, people are living longer, so yes. But a 3 million people that's 109 years old, that's a lot of people in the United States. Okay, guys? So, but like I said, we don't talk about politics, but we talk about our retirement, right? Because we don't want to have to worry about, is that Social Security going to run out? There's so many people on Social Security that are not supposed to be on Social Security. There's all these people that are probably dead that's been collecting Social Security. So who is getting that money, right? Now, will all this stuff happen? There's the Doge, whatever department, right? It's not Dogecoin, so but it's an abbreviation that spell out Doge, right? And after all is said and done, the president is saying that, well, I might not be saying this right, so don't come for me, guys. But the bottom line is we're supposed to give $5,000 per taxpayer. They're still trying to figure out how that's going to go. So I'm going to give 5 Gs. Okay, if I can do that for the next 4 years, that's 20 grand. It might be a one-time thing, but still. So if they give me 5 grand for me, 5 grand for my girls, I mean that's $15,000 right there. So we can use it. I mean, I can use it for extra 5 grand to pay tuitions. I mean, I'll just have to add another 2 grand there to pay her tuition for the year, and my other baby, her 5,000 go into her investment account. So that means I don't have to add money to it, and my 5,000 can go to whatever my everyday spending or pay some bills. So guys, there's a lot of things that's going on with the new administration. Like I say all the time, the poor is going to get poorer, and the rich is going to get richer, because all these different services, right, that has been cut off by the government are putting time limit on it, or I can say President Trump administration, and putting time limit on it. That's going to affect people, right? So now people are going to have to go back to work. So all these jobs, right, that people getting deported from that would normally do. I don't know about the roof thing. I'm afraid of heights. Now I drive in the mountains and stuff. People driving, I'm fine. But when I'm driving, my stomach getting knots. Okay? But people drive all the time, climb on the roof, do roofing, all the stuff. Those are most of the jobs done by immigrants, if not all. So who's going to be doing all these jobs, all these people getting deported? So, of course, the job market, I think there's going to be more jobs available. So, in the end, me thinking, well, a lot of people who've been like in jail or can't get jobs because of their record. Now they will have opportunities. I mean, that's of course that's not the way I would want to, but I mean, but still, it's they said there's a saying, right? It's another man's trash is another man's treasure, whatever, right? You get the idea. So, guys, I'm throwing all of these things in here, right? So you can start to think about, what happened if you get laid off? What happened if I get laid off, right? If I get laid off tomorrow, my portfolio will still grow. It's not going to grow at a faster pace. It will grow at a slower pace because now I have to, instead of me pulling $2,000 or $3,000 a month from my portfolio, $4,000 a month to pay down bills or sometimes more, now I have to pull my whole entire expenses out of my portfolio. But guess what? My portfolio is on track to pay $32,000 estimated so far this month, right? So if I wasn't working my job, my average expenses in the U.S. is a little bit over 10,000, 10 to 12K a month. It goes up and down, but as I pay down stuff, right, it goes down, but 10 to 12,000 a month. That's on average. Depends on what I pay, how much more extra money I pay, trying to pay cars off. So if I take 12,000 from that 32,000, I still have $20,000 to reinvest into the portfolio, and 20,000 is a lot of money to reinvest every month. That's like freaking throwing, how do I say? That's a lot of freaking money. That's a lot of money to invest every month. That's over $200,000 a year. I'm throwing back into the portfolio, trying to grow the portfolio, right? And that 200,000 is going to generate another $15,000 to $20,000 a month in income by the end of the year. Now, of course, the portfolio go up and down because margins and what I have to pay back to the margins, of course, that go up and down. That kind of eat up some of the costs, right? To where we'll get that lesser amount. But still, that's the price we have to pay for using margin, for using other people's money, right? It helps us grow faster, but then at some point you have to pay that money back. So guys, I always tell you, do not use margins, right? If you're just getting into the game, people are like, oh, I need to make this amount of money. I need to make this amount of money. Yes, but you need to start somewhere. I tell people all the time, go slow, right? Go through the process, especially people that I talk to one-on-one. Go through the process, buy a certain amount of positions every day. Do that for 3 weeks. Once this become part of your normal thing, right? Then you can say, okay, well, maybe I can start learning other things. Let me pick up another skill set. Let me pick up how to evaluate positions. What is my evaluation level? What is good for me? What is not good for me? What am I comfortable with? Now I should come up with those numbers, right? And make it easier to evaluate your risk level. Because me, I invest in high yield, I invest in low yield, I invest in mid-level yields. The people call it high and low, but I call them four different. I kind of break them down into four different categories, right? Because we got the low, the 1, the 2, the 3. We got the mid, 5 to 15, and then we got the high. That's between 15 and up, and then if it passed 60, I mean that's extreme for me. Okay, so that's how I classify mine. That number can go up or down on where I draw the line, but still, that's how I do it. Okay, guys. So if your risk level is high like me, right, or higher than me, you're like, you know what? I'm not going to invest in no J.P. Morgan Chase. I'm not investing in no J&J. I'm not investing in no McDonald's. I'm not investing in all that stuff. All my money going to YieldMax, Round Hill, Defiance, Curve. I'm putting my money in those high yield investments. Then you gotta accept the risk, right? Because if we have a day like we just had, everybody was down. The entire market was down. We had a few little level of green, but everybody was down. So I slept good that night. I didn't go to bed like, oh my God, my stock, my position, I can't deal with this stuff. No, no, guys, believe me, there's people that invest billions of dollars into the market. When the market crash, if something happened, then people are gonna be in worse shape than you and I ever gonna be in because we still on the ground. We still can go down there and hustle. Yeah, those guys are big guys. They can probably borrow money for another company. But if the market crashes, a lot of people are going to lose money. A lot of people are going to go back from being billionaires to millionaires or thousandaires. I'm going to go back to being hundredaire. You know what I'm saying? So you can't let that stress you out. Drinking some cherry juice. I love this stuff. Guys, okay, so remember, you have to stay focused. Do what works for you. Okay? Do what works for you. My job here, like I tell you guys every day, is to motivate somebody to invest, right? Look at this week. We made almost 5,000, 4,000 some dollars in income. In the entire month so far, this was the worst week. But we still got income, right? I'm still going to be transferring money to the portfolio in a couple of days. Matter of fact, when I finish this call, I'm going to log into my portfolio and see how much money I can transfer into my other portfolio. Because that's how I'm trying to grow the portfolio. I'm not taking money from my bank account anymore, from my job, and putting it into this portfolio. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, I'm not doing that. Now this amount is estimated, right? $559, $597 average monthly with an 8,000 something dollar portfolio. That is good. Somebody, there's people in Dominican Republic that make $300 a month, and they got families. The people in Colombia that make $300 a month and they have family and they still manage that. Of course, we're not the same. We live in different countries. Our expenses are different. Yes, of course. But the fact of the matter is, even that $597, that's almost enough money to cover my car payment off of barely $10,000. And if I was using that money to pay my car note, that's going to be consistent across the board. Some month there'll be more, some month there'll be less. But that $10,000, it's going to pay my car note forever. And on the months that I get more money, guess what? Once we move the money aside for the car payment, we're going to reinvest the rest of the money. And in turn, the next month, based depending on the income, whether it go up or down, right? We're going to take the difference and reinvest and pay and make the car payment. Now, on the days that there's not enough money, guess what? I don't have to pull money out of my pocket. I just transfer money from another account, from one of my investment dividend account, right? I just transfer money from one of them other accounts. Look at this sucker here. Almost 300K. I estimated 32,000 a month. Yeah. From this one portfolio, if we go to Robinhood, estimated 7,000, 8,000, whatever it is. Let me see. Come on. 8,000, almost 9,000 a month. Guys, this is portfolio is a little bit over a $500,000 in the portfolio, and the portfolio is generating almost that much, right? So that's why I started tracking this, right? It's a lot of work, but it's good, right? Because it just easy for me to look at the system. But if we get 32 this month, next month we get 33 or 34 the following month, and they continue to go up in income, I'm happy with that because every month I know the portfolio is gaining traction, is getting to that level to where we can get to our $60,000. Because if I can get to $60,000, I can get to 100,000 even faster. Because when I get to 60, I can reinvest 40. or 50, depending on the month. Or if I need to pay something off, I can pull 50 grand from a $60,000, $100,000 portfolio and spend $50,000, and it don't feel it, because that's not even coming from my job. At that point, when I leave the U.S., right, 100%, my job is more than enough to sustain me for whatever. For however long I'm there, and if I don't have a job, of course, I got these portfolios that I can live off of, right? What I can make in 1 month will be enough for me to live in Colombia for the whole year and live a good life. Guys, not only Colombia, you can go to Thailand, you can go to Philippines, you can go to Panama, Costa Rica, and live a good life. And if you're there and stuff pop off, you don't need to be there anymore. I mean, you can afford a flight. What is things? Things, right? Things. People that have small mind, they worry about things. But when you have life, you can replace things, but you cannot replace your life. And being healthy, having a peace of mind, being able to go to sleep, right? As soon as I hit that bed, within 10 minutes, once I put that phone down, within 10 minutes, I'm going to sleep. Okay? Because I'm not worried about anything. But if you worry about how you're going to pay this, how you're going to pay for this doctor's appointment, how you're going to pay for your kids' tuition, how you're going to pay your mortgage because your house about to be foreclosed on, you're not sleeping. You got bags under your eyes. I'm a little fat, so I got a little fat on my face here. I'm not a fat dude. I'm tall. I got a big stomach. I eat a lot. But I haven't been to the gym in over 3 months. So of course, yeah, I'm a little pudgy. But that's about to change when I get back to Colombia in a week. I'm gonna start working out again. I'm gonna try not to hurt myself like I did the last time going to the gym, because oof, that women in the gym, they be so fine. I thought I was strong because I was looking at them fine women in the gym. I start hitting that weight real hard and pull the muscle in my chest. And I thought I was about to die having a damn heart attack, but it was just a muscle tear from overdoing it. And the same workout I do in the States. Just this time I was just doing it. Like I have more weight on that thing. I just felt so strong. But I gotta take it easy. I'm 52. I'm not 24 anymore. Even though sometimes I feel like it, but hell. So guys, I'm not telling you to pack up your stuff and move. This is not what I'm telling you. What I am trying to tell you is you have options once you get your once you have financial stability. You have options. You have a choice. Like I tell you guys all the time, right? If you're not changing it, what you're not changing, you are choosing, right? Because if you're not making those changes in your life, then you are choosing. That's people that will complain about the government. They will complain about the job. They will complain they're not getting no raise. They will complain about everything. But they're not doing nothing to improve the skill set. They're not working another job to bring in more income. They're just happy with the minimum they have and the minimum they do. Don't be that person. Okay? Don't be that person. For 4+ years, when I was building this portfolio, I was working 2 jobs, 3 jobs. And people are like, man, how you get to this amount, $400,000, $500,000 so fast? Guys, don't forget, I don't talk about my other portfolio, but I have a Roth. My Roth have over $100,000 in my Roth. I can't touch that money until I'm 55. So I don't talk about it here, but it is in my net worth. My growth account up until this past week was at $55,000. Okay? And 23,000 up on this past week, 23,000 of that 50 something is for one position growth in one position. And that position took a dump this past week when everything went down. but it's going to come back up, and it's going to come back up. It's going to go up because people are so stupid. They're thinking in a company that have 50% business coming from the government. If the government cutting down defense budget by 8%, that's going to affect them. When these guys, when this company basically handles intelligence, they're providing intelligence. They're not building tanks or ships. They provide intelligence. Who's going to cut our intelligence? That's the most important thing in the military, in central intelligence, all the stuff. They need intelligence, right? When Edwin is here, Edwin is in Colombia tomorrow. Who providing that information? That's intelligence. That's just on the basic level, guys. Okay, so don't say, Edwin, what are you talking about? It's on the basic level. So they figure, because the government is going to cut the budget by 8%, it's going to affect these guys. Come on, man. This is a software company. You see the kind of service they're providing to the government, that the government see that this service is beneficial to us, and this company is growing like that, and they're gonna cut it. Even if guys, so invest in your future, right? Invest in your future. This is the day I come. I open up to you guys and tell you, to continue to invest. Don't let people take you, get you sidetracked from investing. I can do what I'm doing today because I can pull $5,000-$10,000 a month and build this house in 6 months or in 3 months if the people have the time to build it that fast. Because I've put in the work the last 4 years. Now we're not quite there yet. We need at least 10 years of consistency, right? If I can do this for another 5 more years, of course I will be a multimillionaire. Right? Not from making YouTube videos, no, but from investing in dividend positions that pay me, right? And then in turn, I take that high yield and put it into a lower yield and balance my portfolio out. So whenever the high yield company take a dump, I still have 10, 20, 30 grand in SCHD, in JP Morgan Chase, in JPJQ, in some of my REITs. This is what I've been telling you guys. Like I said, you got to part of my strategy. You got to come up with your own strategy. But I'm here. You say, Edwin's doing good. I want to invest. Okay. So because you see me doing good, you want to invest. Yes. But you have to think a little bit for yourself. What can you do to better your situation? Right? You taking $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, putting it into something that you get back in return in 3 or 4 months. It's your same money. You just put it there, and you're getting your same money back with no return. You're just moving the money around until everybody else collect that money. In Africa, Liberia, they call it susu, right? You put in money, you pay this person, you can have 2 hands, so you might collect two bundle. But imagine if you wasn't putting your money into that stuff. You put 5,000 here, right? 5,000 bringing you $250 a month. And every $250 that you get when you reinvest that $250, you might get an extra 50 or extra 100. So that $250 is growing every single month. It's making babies, right? that $250 is making little babies for you. So you get a little baby $250. That adds up. So within 12-month time, depending on what you're investing in, your 5,000 is now 8,000. So you can be like, I got 8 grand. That 8 grand gave me $500 a month. What am I going to do with this $500? Do I pull this $500 out every month? You can. But what is your goal? What are you trying to get to? Right? What are you trying to get to? We almost at $500,000 in income. Of course, it's estimated. I always use that word estimated, right? Because, of course, based on what we get every month. Let me go back. Based on what we get every month, it changes, right? So if we look at this is next month, so that number went up a little bit, right? And then you can go down, that's 43. And some months, right? Some of these months I get paid quarterly. I get a lot of the companies that pay me quarterly. So it kind of, it kind of changes a little bit, right? And if a company pay me quarterly, so I will get more income for that month. I think next month I get a lot of quarterly payments because of course it's the third month in the year, right? So I get a lot of payments from that. But guys, you can't say, okay, well, Edwin got a lot of money and I need to make a lot of money, so I'm gonna copy Edwin's portfolio. Yes, you can copy my portfolio, but guess what? My Fidelity portfolio, you guys don't see what's in my book. Except you go back and look at the older videos, right, from maybe 6 months ago, maybe even 3 months ago, you might see you might see what I have in my Fidelity portfolio. But now you guys don't see because I don't show the portfolio. I just tell you, hey, I got paid from this, but you really don't see the portfolio. You do kind of see a little bit of it in the snowball analytics, right? It's kind of by just pulling pretty much the dividend and stuff, but you get to see some of the stuff I have in there, but not all. 100 plus positions I have in my Fidelity portfolio. And a lot of those positions, right? Maybe 70 of those positions at mid-level yield, mid-yield, and lower yield. You see? But if you're just looking at my portfolio from the video that I show all the time, you're like, this dude just investing in a bunch of high yield stuff. If I was just investing in nothing but high yield, I would have more income. I would have a lot more income into the portfolio. But I got over for $100,000 that is invested into lower yields. Okay, guys. So you got to be careful on thinking, oh, well, I can get there soon. Yes, you can get there sooner on how much you generate. But remember, you have to put more money into the portfolio to generate the income. Okay, guys? Now, I didn't think I was going to be talking this long, but sometimes I get to talking, I get carried away. We already have an hour into this, and I'm not going to keep yapping and beating this stuff into your head. Okay? Next week, by next week Friday, well, by next week, because I'm moving money into the portfolio, so by next week, we're definitely going to be over that 500,000 mark in income. Because when I move the funds, I'm going to invest some of the funds. Now, I was going to transfer some money to my daughter's portfolio, but she just pissed me off today. So I was like, you know what? Instead of me giving her all the money I was going to give her, I'm not going to do that. She's going to get her allowance, and then the other money I'm going to throw into my portfolio. Because kids can be ungrateful. And, the things our parents didn't do for us, we try to do for our children. And they feel that you're supposed to do that because you're my father. And sometimes, the African in me comes out, right? It's like you have to earn this stuff. Even though I'm your dad, you still have to earn it. And anyway, I'm not going to go into that right now. Guys, to remember to invest in your future, okay, guys? Because nobody else is going to do it for you. As we continue to grow this portfolio and grow this channel, right? I try my best to bring you the best content that I can bring, right? From my point of view, okay? Feel free to leave comments. Feel free to like and share the content. Guys, we're on our way to 3,000 subs. We got 2,180 plus subscribers on this channel. And I appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you guys for watching the content and liking the content. Now, like I said, this is a small channel, right? I've been making videos on this channel every day from this exact position, started about 6 months ago when I was out here. I think 6 or 8 months ago. And I've been making videos every single day since. I came close a couple times to missing that. But, I've stuck with it and I'm going to do it for as long as I can. And when I get to the point where I can't do a video every day, I'm going to let y'all know. It's like, look, guys, I can't do it no more every day, but we're going to try to do at least 2 or 3 times a week. And at some point, I felt like, yeah, we need to do that. But I look at my portfolio every day. So it's just easy for me to make the videos, especially when I'm not traveling on those days. And I can get somewhere early enough to where I can check in and be good and make a videos. Okay, guys? Still positive. Stay positive. Don't let a little downside in the market get you nervous and scared and you run away from your blessing. Okay, you got to stick with it. We all been through the process where the market go down. We're like, oh man, did I make a wrong move? Did I make a mistake? Hey, once these companies are not doing, going out of businesses, right? They're not doing no reverse splits. We in good shape. Okay, guys. So until then, tomorrow the market is going to be open. We're going to see how good the position is going to do. Now, if it start good in the morning, I've been a little nervous because usually I always start good and then it took a dump at 9:30, 10 o'clock. But we'll see. We'll see which direction the market is going to go. And hopefully it's go the right direction to where the portfolio can start gaining more momentum because coming, Thursday and Friday, we're going to collect and we're going to continue to add to some of the positions to bring us more income and build the portfolio, guys. I love you guys. We're going to do this again tomorrow. Stay blessed. Peace out.